Hello, Art.
Hi there.
How you doing?
Pretty good in yourself?
Oh, not too bad. Oops.
Oops, what?
I turned my microphone off.
Well, I just turned mine down a little bit, so can you still hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. It's. I'm using a different headset today, and I can't find my other headset, and the volume's really wacky on this one. So I will probably be playing around with that for a little while.
Okay.
But
Well, I've got to replace mine. It is the pads are in the process of shedding. They the surface has broken up.
yeah,
They're old, and the surface is broken up, and it gives off black flakes the whole time I'm wearing them. So I've got to find another pair.
mine are pretty much doing this pair is pretty much doing the same thing. And the other pair, the red pair that I had, I have no idea where they went. I have looked all over the place. So this is my old set. This was an expensive set. I'm surprised that it's coming apart like it is, but it is. So
Well, theoretically, you can get replacement pads for them, but finding the right size, so forth and so on, is non-trivial.
yeah, well, the pad that goes across my head is the worst. So last time I wore these and it was doing that, I didn't have my hat on and I just had all that black stuff in my hair.
Okay.
So, yeah. Oh,
So what you been up to?
uh, well, a little bit all kinds of stuff. Um, I realized that I have had, there's probably 15 or 20 boxes of 3D filament that I've opened at some point and haven't used in a while. And a lot of it is turning brittle. So I'm trying to use up. Yeah, it'll turn brittle if you don't store it. Well, see, I think I'm storing it correctly, but it'll turn brittle over time. The moisture will get into it, and
That's strange.
yeah.
Okay.
Um, once what once it starts, it just kind of happens, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, I'm trying to use it up. So basically, I'm praying a bunch of junk that I don't need, like a really big benchy boat.
Oh, wow.
I don't need that.
Yeah, that is a large one.
Just by comparison.
Oh, yeah. Big difference.
Yeah, 300%. I scaled it to 300%.
Excuse me.
Ooh, hopefully you're all right.
I'm all right. I just
You it
didn't.
went down the wrong pipe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
So Basically, even the roof is bigger than, than a Benchy on this, but um,
How long does that take to print?
that took about 5 hours.
Okay.
And
Got a
well,
nice surface to it.
yeah, it turned out really, really nice. There's a little spot right here that happened right after it cooled. I'm not real
Mm-hmm.
sure why that happened, but it was fine, and then it cooled and it suddenly went pop, and I went, oh, that's interesting. Um, these little ones take about 45 minutes to print, so a 300% scale up. I guess that's about the right time.
So this is PLA.
Yeah. Yes. 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 Yes.
Okay.
Um. So this is color changing PLA,
Mm-hmm.
and it came from Hobby Lobby.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, probably like right at a year ago. And we used it a little bit. We played around with it a little bit. Um, it wasn't real fast color change. It actually is a very slow color change. So I printed. There's three. There's a fourth one. Patty's got four more of these small ones, all of the same color. See, this was supposed to be a color change, so very slow color change. So I figured I got to use this stuff up. I'll go big, and then I got the color change that
Mm-hmm.
that I should have been getting. Um, uh-oh, lost my camera. Okay. Now it says I don't have a camera now. What the heck?
Yep. It's black. I mean, there's no image whatsoever. Oh, there you go.
This USB port died. I don't know. Weird. But it goes from that color
Mm-hmm.
and gradually fades up from green to a lighter color green.
Mm-hmm.
So it turned out pretty nice. I like it.
Yeah, it's a nice looking. So I've been experimenting with Kali Linux. I don't know how you pronounce it, but Kali Linux.
Okay.
It is complicated to say the least. Apparently, it's used for various kinds of security testing and so forth and so on. But it's got just the regular features of a Linux, uh, but then it's got a whole slew of tools that supposedly are useful for testing breaking in or whatever. Anyway, it's kind of interesting. I've It's got a lot of features, so I have been gradually hopefully learning my way through it. As a matter of fact, in recent months, I've been spending a lot of time on uh, testing different distributions, see what I like. And one of them that I really like is Zorin
Hmm.
with the Mate desktop, and it seems to work pretty well. Um, it's an extension of Mint, which is an extension of Ubuntu, which is and so forth and so on.
Right.
So, I mean, you have this whole tree of descendancies. So, at any rate,
Yeah.
that's what I've been doing.
So, do you prefer the Mate desktop over Cinnamon?
I do, yes.
Okay.
It's a matter of personal preference, obviously.
Uh-oh, Steve looks like he's sleeping or laying down or sick or in. Okay. Your microphone didn't work real well. You're kind of cutting in and out a little.
For me, he's cut out completely, yes, and I don't hear any sound at all.
Uh, Test one, two, test, 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 test.
Okay. That's a little better.
Yeah.
There's an echo, but
Yeah,
we can
sorry.
hear you now. Are you are you injured? You look like
Nope.
you're in a hospital bed.
I know. This is the bedroom.
Oh,
Just laying down.
okay.
Okay.
So Art was discussing various distros that he's been testing because I guess you're ready to change.
No, just out of curiosity, what various distros have, and the one that I am testing this last week was Kali or Kali, however you pronounce that.
Callie.
Um, Kali,
Callie.
and I find that it's very interesting. Has a lot of tools. Um, Apparently, it's primarily for security testing and so forth and so on.
How are you doing your testing? How are you picking the distros and stuff?
Oh, kind of going into distro watch and stepping down the list, so to speak. Although, if you're looking for a rational process for for selecting the candidates for testing, there isn't one. So basically, I I've seen a lot of articles on Kali, and so I decided why not. And before that, I tested on Zorin, and I've not only tested on different distros but different desktops, Cinnamon and Mate and XFCE, which was one that I used for many years on Ubuntu. Um, so, at any rate, as I say, if you're looking for a rational protocol, I'm not sure I could come up with one. I have seen a lot of articles on Kali. Uh, my working um, distribution right now, I think, is Mint with um, whatever the desktop du jour is.
Cinnamon.
Well, in my case, it's Mate.
Yeah.
But I think these tend to be all a matter of personal taste. I don't think that I could justify any particular distribution, although I find that Linux Mint is easy to use. There's some features on Ubuntu that I'm not too excited about. And when I do Ubuntu, it is primarily with XFCE desktop. So I guess if you're looking for a rationale, um, you're not likely to find one in my case.
So I just pasted a link for distroc.com. It lets you try things on somebody else's hardware.
Oh, spin them up in a virtual machine online, huh?
Yep. They're pretty neat. I use that quite a bit. That's, I'm a Patreon for them.
Okay.
There isn't a lot of difference between the different distributions. It's mostly down to the package manager. And do you want to learn another one?
Mm-hmm.
I deal with Yum, DNF, apt, dpackage, and zipper. I really don't want to learn another one.
Okay. Zipper.
SUSE.
Oh, SUSE. Okay.
Siemens uses a lot of SUSE because we're a German company.
Oh, okay. All right.
For years, I have made jokes that SUSE is just like Red Hat, but the documentation is in German.
Okay.
When years ago, when I was distro hopping, I would go like to distro watch the first five, the top five. I would mess with the top five, and then I would go ahead and jump to the next five, and then the next five. There was not really any logic behind it other than here's the list, see what I like, and I ended up on, well, I started with Ubuntu, and when they changed to Unity, I ended up back on Linux Mint because it was the closest with the Mate or Mate desktop because it was the closest. And now I'm on Cinnamon because Cinnamon just, it's got like that modern flair, but it's familiar enough to get around in. So, and Cinnamon seemed to fix a couple of issues I had with one of the laptops. So, that was interesting. But
I just switched one of my laptops to Fedora.
Okay. A long time ago, when I first, well, sort of when I first started using Linux, I used Fedora continuously. And then I got a client who was fixed on Ubuntu and worked with them for several years and you know, kind of, I didn't want to work in Fedora while they were doing Ubuntu, and so I made the change, and you know, it's kind of with me. It's kind of whatever's convenient at any given point in time. I started out on a Windows machine using a live Knoppix, or however you
Yep.
pronounce it, Knoppix or something like that. At any rate, that's where I started using Linux, and this was someplace around 2000, I guess. I lose track of time, but that was all on a live disk, or a live CD or DVD or whatever, and that was one I was coming off of machines that were Windows machines back in oh, XP or someplace back there.
Yeah.
So I've kind of just wandered, and I recently um, decided to make it a little more rational and try. And the desktop I'm sitting at right now, I have 15 partitions on it, each one with a different distro. Although there are a bunch of duplicates, which I keep tripping over because I forget which things I have installed on which items. For example, of the 15, there's probably 3 or 4 Mints and 3 or 4 Ubuntu's, and there's Fedora and a couple of Zorans and so forth and so on. It's easy when you got that many options. It's easy to lose your place, so to speak. So, at any rate, I enjoy the business of testing different distributions and different desktops.
Oh, I think I've told you guys before that Ubuntu was the first version of Linux I ever actually got to install correctly. Just, I mean, there were other issues like printers and that kind of stuff, but it actually installed on a machine and was usable from the get go. And so I had stuck with Ubuntu just because of how easy it actually was until they went to Unity, which I hated the Unity desktop. I just
I think you had a lot of company there. I'm not sure. Um,
I'll take any other desktop, please. Not Unity. I hated that desktop, so still do.
well, I find I like Mate and I like XFCE, um, for different reasons, obviously. But just for day-to-day convenience, I find that Mint uh, with Mate works pretty well for me.
Yeah.
Does seem to mostly just work.
Pardon?
Does seem to mostly just work.
Yeah, That it does.
Yeah, and I like they've pushed the release schedule back so that they can make sure that everything's going to be stable going to the new Windows whatever
Windows.
Wayland. Yeah, instead of just pushing a bunch of stuff that might break. I mean, they've been testing Wayland for years now, so. But I'm gonna share the screen.
Oh. Oh. Somebody else is taking a nap.
He does that a lot. Yeah.
So that was printed in PETG and fits beautifully. That's on the driver's side, but the one on the other side. Oh, what did I do? Yep, that's the driver's side. That's the driver's side. I sent you a picture of the driver's side twice. Sorry.
No issue.
So Steve made that from the last meeting. I dropped that into OpenSTAD, looked at it and went, yep, perfect. Printed it out, no problem. I think total time for both of them was about the same amount of time that it was going to take you to print one.
Yeah, my printer's pretty slow.
Yeah. So I think it took about 2 hours to print two of them. But it seemed that. Then, let's see. I don't have. Where is it? Where'd it go? It's Patty for a while has been saying, why don't I have a cup holder? Why don't I have a cup holder? So,
This is in the car?
in the car. And I said, well, maybe you should have a cup holder. Now, overlook all the debris on the So that's her one of her Stanley cups. Fits beautiful in that cup holder. That is an old laptop mount that the cops left, and it's printed in PETG, and it's actually a little bit too large. The hole is actually a little bit too big, so when she stuck her cup in it, it slid down, but it's resting on this part and it doesn't move, so it's perfectly usable the way it is. This stupid thing was about a 6.5 hour print.
Really?
Yeah. Stupid crazy long, because you've got to slow, at least on my printer, I've got to slow PETG down quite a bit, and I got to bump the temperature way up to get good bed adhesion to it. So, I mean, my printer, and then my printer has a setting so you tell it that you're loading it with PETG, and it automatically adjusts some stuff. But you've got to do the manual work too. So um, it's a pretty good
Well,
deal.
last night was pretty exciting. We had a heck of a rainstorm here that went for about 3 or 4 hours and actually deposited 4.5 inches.
Mm,
So, and I've got a rain gauge that I can electronically talk to, and what I do is I grab the signal that is going to the display and just use SDR to pick up that signal and pick up each pulse as it comes by, and 4.5 inches, man, and it was pretty noisy. Also, I mean, we sit kind of on top of a hill, and uh, the gods were playing the drums. There was no question about that.
uh, it rained quite a bit here, and we got the tornado sirens and all that.
Well,
But it lasted maybe a half hour.
really,
Yeah, I mean it was
we
here and it
we
was gone.
it was 3 or 4 hours here, and we were getting sirens also, and I thought must be tornado sirens, and I looked at the announcements I was getting on my phone, and they were flooding announcements.
Really?
Yeah, there were
Hmm.
some tornado announcements, but there was primarily flooding announcements. Well, with that 4.5 inches coming down in 3 or 4 hours, I can understand why you would have flooding.
Yeah.
Fortunately, we're on high ground, and as long as we stay here, we don't have to be concerned about um, flooding. But if we go down the hill, as we go down to say Walmart or Red Robin or Dos Amigos or whatever, which is right down the hill from us, Quaker Steak. Um, we go through some low areas, and
Yeah.
so I don't know what it was like down there. Uh, when when they start talking about tornadoes and flooding, um, my strategy is stay at home. Okay. Uh,
Me, I go out on the back porch and go, I don't see anything. I don't see anything.
well, of course, we can have tornadoes up here, but the water would have to get pretty deep before we would flood. I think we're about 400 feet above the crossing of the river down in Milford, where uh, how do I do that? Downtown Milford. That's a sort of there's a brew pub down there now, and there's also a distillery down there right by the bridge. And I haven't been in the distillery. The brew pub a couple of years ago I was in there, but it but we're I believe 400 feet above that. So as I say, the water would have to get pretty deep before we would have any problem with flooding.
Yeah. Well, on the scanner, I kept hearing EMA wanting updates from Butler County. So something must have been going on in Butler County. Um, and I know that they were concerned with Oxford, and about the same time that they were saying that there was something over top of Oxford, we were getting the tornado sirens. But like I said, it didn't last very long. It was the Franklin PD activated the sirens. Probably about it couldn't have been more than 10 minutes. Later, she told all the units that were on duty that it was all clear, that the warnings had passed, and I'm like, that's interesting. So, not really much happened.
Well, are you on fairly low ground or high ground or?
Medium. I'm in between. Um, Technically, I'm sit at the top of the hill, but I wouldn't call it high ground. Um, I mean, I guess there is a slight slope all around me, but in every
Okay.
direction. But I wouldn't exactly. I don't think the river. I mean, the river would really have to flood. I don't think the river could get to me. But I have looked out the window when they said that flooding was happening and whatever, and our parking lot has just been rolling in water. So I think we could get flooding, just not sustained flooding.
Oh, so Ray is here.
Ray is somewhere.
Well, yeah. It's, never know what time zone he's in.
Oh, I know where it
Hey!
is. He's driving down the road with his background picture of the office.
Okay.
I believe there's not.
What's going on, Mr. Ray?
So you're not traveling now?
He's talking on the phone.
Oh.
So,
Oh, okay.
so. Remember our little robot from last week?
Yeah.
Look a little different.
So what
You
are
are
those
muted, Mr. Steve.
That's the TOF sensor.
Yeah,
Sweet.
that's the TOF. So I thought about it after I got home, and I'm like, this really wasn't working. It looked like it was working, but you know how it kept trying to run into us, and we kept having to back up so it would run into us. That wasn't really what my intention was. So I had Jim and I put a TOF sensor on it. Now it kind of jitters back and forth a little bit when it gets too close. So the code is still 100% written with only some numbers, some slight numbers changed to make it work a little bit better here.
You say Jim.
No. What?
That's what you said is Jim.
I did?
Yeah.
I think he said jitter.
Jitter.
Oh, okay.
It,
Jitter.
it does this number. I'll show you. But I had it. I had Jim and I redo the mount, obviously, and I'm actually semi-impressed with it. So that was the first mount that I printed.
Mm-hmm.
There were, for some reason, it had two little things there. I think it was thinking that the sensors were going to sit on, but they just caused problems. So I cut those off. And for whatever reason, it put these weird little things there. But it actually made a mount that would mount to the chassis better. Except once I actually tried to get that in there, the holes look like they would be right, but once I actually tried to put screws in them, they're not quite right. So I told it, and it put slots. And at first it just put one slot, and I said, can't we put two slots? And it went ahead and redid it for two slots. So now it's on there, and you can kind of just adjust it to get it into the hole better. It screwed this mount up completely, though.
What size screws were we talking about?
So on the chassis itself, these are, I believe, M3s. I believe I used M3 for these, and these I think are M2s. Of course, I've just got a big box of screws, so I just pulled stuff out that worked, but I think that's what those are. And you can see there's like a little place where the front ball would go, and it knocked that out so that it would fit around that, and the screws actually line up with the correct holes. You can see that from the oval mounts that are already on there. So everything lines up now. But this, I'm telling you, with Tinkercad, before I started messing with SCAD, this would have taken me forever to make. Just me. And I probably would have printed it a dozen times just trying to get it right. So printing it 3 times is not bad. So it's supposed, well, it's backing up. But it's supposed to come forward. Come forward. Okay, why aren't you? No, we're not going to jitter. It's not going to jitter now. Of course not. It's backing up really nice. There we go. This is what it does.
It's called dancing.
Yep. There's also another problem that I realized with it. So you know how originally it could actually turn left and right because it would divide the 8x8 sensor to one half being left and one half being right. Well, now it's triggered by the time of flight sensor, so if you approach it from this side without getting, nothing happens. It doesn't try to turn or anything. You've got to actually get clear into the time of flight sensor before something happens. So I'm going to have it redesign the mount and put the time of flight sensor above the other sensor so it's all centrally located, and see if we can't fix it. I tried. So if you approach it from this side, it did actually turn. But if you approach it from this side, so that's what I've been playing with. Plus all my other stuff. And that's the original mount that I had mounted to the front. Just make me a mount. Okay, here's a mount. That isn't right. But so, these two mounts are just made out of PLA, so eventually they probably would break or whatever. That's made out of something called tough PLA, which is supposed to not be quite as good as ABS, but better than PLA. Anybody? Bueller?
Yep.
Bueller?
I can go back to
At that
one
for
of the
you.
earlier
My name is
conversations.
Richard. My direct contact phone number is, of course, in the body of the email there.
What was
We're down a
that?
little bit lower. We're down to about $82 a month. $82 there.
Might be Ray.
Okay.
I'm muting Ray again. Now, do what? Do what, Mr. Steve?
Earlier, we were talking about different Linuxes. I started using Linux um, to try to get my computer networked with my wife's Macintosh, and it worked real well for that. Later on, she went to CTC to take some business classes, and I used to go down there after work when she was taking night classes, and I'd go in one of the rooms that didn't have anybody in it, pop in a Canopix disk, hit the test page on a printer on my way in, so I knew the IP address for the printer and set those up. They were big HP 4000s and 5000s. And I'd just sit there and browse the internet waiting for her to finish classes. One day she comes in and she says, "Oh, I've got to do something." So she logs in, and then she had to log into the gateway to be allowed to use the internet. I'm like, how the heck do they do this that it's an option? Because I never did that. I just sat down and used it and everything just worked. But yeah, that was probably 98, maybe 99 or 2000.
I don't remember what ISP I was trying to set up, but they officially did not support Linux. And I was, of course, trying to set it up on a Linux box. And I called the customer service and I told them, look, I know this script that's running is just pulling up a website. I just need the website so I can complete the setup. After I complete the setup, everything will be fine. And the CSR went, "You're not supposed to be able to do that." And I'm like, but I know that that's what it does. It's just pulling up. It gets enough of an IP address or something just to go to one spot. I just need to know the one spot it can go to. And he had to call his supervisor, and I had to explain it all to his supervisor, and his supervisor was like, "Do you want a job?" I'm like, "No, I have a job. I'm trying to finish my job. I just want to set this up." But they gave you Windows software, and all that Linux or Windows software did was go to a website and had you create a username and the whole 9 yards that you needed to finish, and then just grabbed your MAC address. Yes, Ray.
Sorry. Hey, Steve, you okay? You look like you're in bed.
That's what I said.
I am in bed, but yeah, I'm fine. I'm just tired.
He's being lazy right now.
I was like, is he in a hospital? Like, talk about devoted to being in this meeting. Wow. Ah,
Sounds
I,
like you have not had a good week.
I have not had a good week at all. I messed up my knee, crushed my hand. It hurts. My left, the hand is getting better. The knee is not getting better, and the shoulder is getting worse. So it's just, oh man, I need a vacation or something.
So how do you get
vacations.
hit by high voltage from your laser machine?
Well, the laser machine does 20,000 volts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I did
But
not think it was in an active state. I touched the red wire. The electricity went through the red wire insulation. It went in my hand, up my shoulder,
Ooh.
back down the shoulder, and it jumped an inch to get to the frame out of my finger. So I know it was going through the nerves, and it hurts. It just, I mean, like pushing on it with my finger right there,
Yeah.
that hurts.
Well,
Um,
don't push on it.
I did, I try to get my wife to give me a massage, you know, and she doesn't want to give me a massage at night.
Mm,
Not that often. She will have a great once in a while, but
I I'm just shocked though that Ray got hit by voltage. Shocked.
I try to be
tell you.
careful, but I just
Shocked.
you're shocked. I'm the one that got shocked. I figure in 23 years I would have got shocked something. I mean, I've been hit 2 times really hard, and this one was bad.
Yeah.
This one was real bad. I mean, I could see an inch worth of blue lightning coming out of my finger. And,
So you turned
It-
into a Sith Lord.
I mean, I know it went around my shoulder and came back. So as I'm healing, you know how sometimes, like I got a bruise here from lifting stuff, and it started off as a straight line, then it just the bruise grows farther apart. Well, the electrical shock did the same thing. It started more up in my shoulder, but now it's 6 inches lower. I need to chill out. So, do you guys ever remember me telling you about that crazy planer and the joiner,
Mm-hmm.
the big ones? I ended up rebuilding them. They work great, and I was talking to one of my customers on FaceTime because I was helping them fix their laser, and he was looking at me. He's like, "What is that in the background? Is that a planer?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "You got a wood shop?" I was like, "Not exactly. So I explained a little bit about him. He goes, "That's for sale. How much you want for it?" Like, it's not really for sale. And he bullied me into selling it to him. So I took the planer and the joiner up to Columbus, and I went straight from Columbus up to Chicago. While I was in Chicago, I picked up another joiner, much smaller, bandsaw and some stuff. And those are here at my shop now. I got to repair those. I ordered parts, and the parts are coming in the mail. Double drum sander, joiner, panel saw, 2 band saws, some palm sanders, a plate hand joiner, filtration system, like the dust collector. That's what it is, dust collector. That's about the little stuff. Oh, and I got a printer. Yeah.
A 3D printer?
Eco solvent printer.
Oh. Okay.
Okay, what's that?
It's
It'll print 54 inches wide to do banners, and you can print like car wrap stickers. Big stuff. And I don't know if I'll ever get it fixed, but I'll try.
what's wrong with it?
It's one of those printers that you have to leave it plugged in, and it continually wipes the print heads.
Yeah.
And somebody unplugged it for the summer,
Oh.
and so it dried up. So it has 4 print heads at about $1,000 each, and I'm like, maybe not.
How much did you get this printer for? How much
Just
does
about
this?
that.
Yeah, how much is this printer worth?
Um, when it was new, it was about 16 to 18,000.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's
you
still a
can't
really awesome printer.
so
So
you can't clean the caked ink
I
off of the
don't,
printhead?
I don't know. I don't think so. Um, once you set to this this type of ink, it gets basically sprayed onto the vinyl or the paper or whatever. Then it uses a UV light to cure the ink.
Oh,
Okay. So the
oh,
UV light hardens the ink into the paper, and within minutes, within 5 seconds, it's ready to touch it and do whatever you want to with it. So if the ink stays on the print head and um it's not cleaned and wiped off, what happens is the ambient light in the room will slowly harden the ink. So the ink gets hardened into the print head, which ruins the print head. So yeah, it can be a big issue. Um, they say that you can use a solvent to try to clean them, but to completely unjam something that has been sitting in storage in ambient light for a year, I don't know if they'll ever get cleaned. But there are 4 print heads in it. Um, if I can get print heads like generic print heads out of China, um, I'll try to. But I don't know, man.
Who who makes that printer?
This is a Roland print and
Yeah.
cut.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
what that means is it'll print onto the vinyl. So you can do just a regular banner on banner material. You print onto canvas, print onto regular paper, bond paper, super thick, heavy duty paper, vellum, whatever. Um, and it cures the ink, right afterwards. Um, but if you print onto a sticker material, like my vinyl cutter does, it'll print the stickers and then it comes right back after with a knife and cuts around the stickers.
Mhm.
Or I can just use it as a vinyl cutting machine.
Yeah.
So if I never get the printing working correctly, I can still use it for large stickers. That would be an incredible waste, but yeah, I could do it.
Seems like I don't think we had that model. Seems like we had one that was very similar to that, and we had to. I know we replaced the heads, but I think we bought one printer that didn't work, and it had good heads, and one printer that worked that had bad heads, and we were able to swap them around. And it didn't cost a whole lot of money to do it.
Well, last time I was in China, I was at it's called Sign China, and we were doing a lot of the laser stuff, but there's massive number of buildings there, doing different trade shows and stuff. And the next building over was doing CNC routers, and the next building over was doing printers, and the next building over was doing LED signage and LED everything. But the printer place, I go over there and people are giving you catalogs, and you might even have a catalog from them for doing generic printer heads.
Mm.
I didn't even think about them. But I had to be really selective about what all stuff I could bring back to the United States, because I only got so much weight that I can carry.
Put that in my container. Put that in my container.
Yeah.
You're going to need another container, Ray. Do you use ABS material, Ray or Steve? Do you have any need for ABS?
I I have a couple rolls here, and the bamboo H2D will do it, but I've not been interested in trying it.
Okay.
I've never used anything but PLA and PETG.
Okay.
PLA Plus is just so much easier to use than ABS.
Yeah. Well, I had bought a roll of ABS a while ago and tried it, and basically all my printers are open frame, so I would need to cover them up to keep the heat in. It never worked well, so I was going to give this roll that really hasn't been used to somebody if they want it, but nobody can use it, so nobody gets it.
Nobody gets it. I feel that way so often. Nobody gets it.
Nobody gets it. I actually forgot that I had it. It's been sitting on the shelf for a while. So maybe one day I'll just wrap my printer in cellophane or something and keep the heat in and use the ABS up.
I absolutely forgot I had all these catalogs on printing equipment.
Well, so it's a good thing you talked to us, Ray.
I am so glad I talked to you guys. Just talking to people reminds you about stuff.
Wow.
Demo tape. That's Ouija. Okay.
You want to see my really big benchy, Ray? Ready? The really big benchy.
A big benchy.
No, a really big benchy. He can haul around several small benchies.
Did I show you guys? I printed off a whole bunch of different versions of benchies. One was a shark. One was a cargo ship, but it still had the benchy theme in it.
Castle.
Yeah.
Castle and the steampunk.
Steampunk. Yeah.
Your son showed me, so I had to print some. And here's another castle. A different. Nope, that's the same castle. Here's a different castle.
That's cool.
And does this one work? Yep. There's a benchy battleship. With real working battles. So that was supposed to be part of the game Battleship. So you could print these battleships, and only 2 of them actually turned out right. A duck riding a really big benchy. I'm having too much fun. Uh, I don't know. Anybody got anything? Anything? No.
I'm listening to you guys.
Yeah. You usually have fun stories, but your stories today weren't so fun.
Yeah, that was not a fun story.
That was not a fun story.
I'm sorry.
I'm almost done with my rack. I think I've got 2 or 3 things left to print and 1 software app to finish up.
Nice.
I'll bring it to our next in-person.
Okay, cool. That would be in a couple weeks, I believe. Let's see. Yeah, July 2nd.
It should take $4 or you think it should take $8 to fetch?
Both. Do you remember when I went to get the other hutch? Okay.
Our next meeting is the 2nd, or next in-person.
Yeah.
That means I'm off on the 3rd.
You're off on the 3rd. We can't move the meeting. Sorry.
Well, that's okay. I might have a chance to catch up on sleep.
Yeah. I think I've got everything booked. Oh, I probably need to book September's meetings. I think I've got everything booked up until September 3rd. I think I probably should have booked September 10th last week. It's probably too late now. Aha. Yes, that's a different printer. Of course, that would make sense.
Let's see. Here's some stuff that I collected the past week. Um, drill press, drum sander, dust collector, bandsaw, joiner, panel saw. But yeah.
Yep. Now, when I first met you, Ray, it was all about robots and lasers. Now you're
I
getting
tried.
all this stuff.
I tried. I'm sorry. So I um I just type in Roland TrueViz VG2 540 on Google,
Yeah,
and it pulls up some used, some new,
yeah.
and demo refurbished sign making equipment from Airmark. Um, it's not even the right item. Uh, but yeah, they're um used in good condition, $11,000 from a sign outlet store. Um,
So you could conceivably sink 4 grand into it and sell it for 10 grand.
yeah, there's one on eBay right now that is $5,000 with um controller errors,
Well,
and
I wonder if the print heads are good in it.
yeah, that's what I'm wondering. But I don't want to spend $5,000 for a machine with print heads.
Right.
Just to get some print heads.
Considering that it's sitting there in front of a storage unit,
Yeah,
yes, no.
Yeah.
yeah, it's not cleaning itself. So
You're supposed to clean yourself.
all right.
Yeah.
It's that
Um,
long enough that it couldn't move the print heads.
I don't know if the print heads they have a parking position. But
Yeah, when we had the shop, me and my partner, we picked up a Roland that was very much like that. It wasn't that model, but it needed the print heads had to clean themselves every hour and a half or something. I mean, they would just you'd sit there and you'd hear this printer cycling through various
ink,
things,
spitting out ink.
spinning out. Yeah, that's what it was doing. Um,
So if you're not using this printer,
you're
yeah,
yeah,
you're wasting ink, you're losing money, and yeah.
yeah. But I am fairly sure that that is the one that we ended up. I think we bought it for $100 because they kept saying it wasn't working. And I think we ended up buying another one for a couple of hundred that definitely did not work, but it had good print heads. So we fixed the one. So
I used to work for a company called UV Technology, which we made UV lamps for curing that ink. We were buying that ink for $200 a 50-gallon drum.
Oh my Lord.
So There was a point in my life where I could have gotten you all of that ink you wanted.
Yep. I just reserved the room for September 10th. I'm on the ball. Only a week late. So, out of all the stuff that you picked up, any of it going to end up over in the journal building?
Absolutely, yes.
All of it.
No, no, not all of it.
I
The
want.
dust collector, 1100, yes.
Yeah.
Double drum sander, yes. I bought sandpaper and that has arrived today and that's working. Um, there's a 230-volt drill press. And no, that's 110-volt Delta drill press. That's going to go over there. There is the bandsaw that is 230-volt single phase. That's going to go over. That is the, let's see, Laguna bandsaw,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a nice bandsaw. Um, I would rather have the jet bandsaw just because I like jet better. But the problem with the jet bandsaw, it's got a welder on it, and it's 230-volt three phase. It is a better bandsaw, but I don't want to use three phase over there everywhere. Um, it just issues. The Powermatic joiner, it's a 8-inch called a parallelogram joiner. It's actually pretty nice. Um, but when I got it, it was missing the cutter blades and some of the tightening pieces to hold the cutter blades in place. So I did some research and I found a helical cutter head, and I ordered the helical cutter head, and I'm going to do the replacement and get that up and working. Let's see. That's the Powermatic joiner. The panel saw. You guys, you probably didn't know I already had a panel saw, but this one is significantly better. It's probably about 40% bigger, and it'll slide a whole sheet through sideways. So that's pretty nice. The hand sanders, orbital sanders, and the quarter sheet sander. Yep, that'll be fine. Um, the DeWalt plate joiner. That's a handheld for making biscuit joints into the end of wood. That's going to go over there. The Laguna table saw is three phase, and it's probably not going to go. I'm going to try to sell that. I'll probably try to sell the jet bandsaw. It's just that I don't want to deal with the three phase issues. Unless somebody teaches me that three phase is really not a problem, but they're gonna have a hard time. So, the the planer and the joiner that I had, I sold those to a company up in Columbus, and that's really what funded me to be able to buy this other stuff. So, but they were in fantastic condition. I think it was more understanding of how to fix the joiner and the planer, because the simple to me it was simple. The damage was to fix them, so not so bad. But I'm looking into getting a lathe, a bigger lathe. I have several small lathes. But you know, trying to bring it together slowly, one piece at a time.
Nice. Yeah. I know what a dust collector is. I know what a bandsaw is. I'm not real sure what a joiner is. What's a
Oh, you don't know what a
joiner?
joiner is?
What does that do?
A joiner, basically, the bottom of it should already be relatively flat,
Yeah.
and as you slide it across, it has a cutter. So look up uh, PJ-882 joiner.
Yeah.
You'll find it.
I see it. Okay. I guess. I need YouTube. YouTube. What does this do?
Did you find the joiner?
I saw it. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So the joiner is something of a cool tool. Um, when you need to at least start off with one flat surface, you got nothing else, you can't trust anything else, you need at least one flat surface. Okay,
Okay.
that's what the joiner does. Once you've got one flat surface, you can use the planer to do the other flat surface. The joiner also can make it a little bit thinner, one section at a time, or you know, one small thickness at a time. Um,
Okay.
the I thought the coolest of all the stuff that I bought was the double drum sander, and um, let's see, the double drum sander, um, basically it acts kind of like a planer, but instead of having cutter blades on the top, it has a rubber belt pulling the product through there, and it has two sanding drums. And the two sanding drums, one will have like a coarse uh, sandpaper, and the other one will have a finer sandpaper.
Okay.
Um, and trust me, it was hard to find the BDS 26 standard. Um, all right, guys, I'm getting yelled at by my wife to come help her do some stuff. Okay. um, the double drum sander, uh, it's a very nice item. When it was new, it was probably worth about $4,000. Used market, $2,000. The good thing is, you know, it works. You can find some other sanders out there that are really neat. You know, $10,000 or whatever. But I'm trying to keep my eyes open for get some package deals and stuff. So that's what I'm working on here.
Cool.
Let your wife know you're injured and need therapy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
You can't
Gotta do
help.
that.
Your arm
All
will
right, guys,
collapse.
they're yelling at me. I gotta go.
We'll talk to
You
you
know how I
later.
am.
All right. Ah. I'm going to play with Pop OS. Maybe.
If you allow that, you can copy and paste text.
Oh. Okay.
I think you can also get sound. Pop OS is very similar to Mint.
The Cosmic Desktop. That is. I've never seen it. Oh no, errors. I saw errors. Is Cosmic based on the old GNOME desktop like the other okay. Huh. Interesting. Oh, it's pretty. English, United States, English, default, I guess. I guess we'll just try the demo.
So the little dock on the left-hand edge is things you can change about the video connection.
Dot. Oh, this?
Um,
No.
Up higher, down in the middle. The thing sticking out that says enable audio and
Oh, yeah.
the little tiny arrow between the white panel and the gray panel shrinks everything back.
Whee. Okay. It's a little laggy. I really don't like this. It feels like Unity.
With typing.
With typing. Well, I know not to do that one. Goodbye. I just figured I would play. Yeah. Which one? Which one would have a desktop that I would like? Linux Mint. Peppermint. I had played with Peppermint. Wasn't that like a really, really, really stripped down version of something, and almost anything you did was online with that?
Not that I'm remembering, but maybe.
There are 1 users ahead of me. Oh,
If you send them money, then that queue goes away. And you also get more memory and the ability to use the network connection.
oh,
So you can do things from remote machines.
it's kind of interesting just to be able to test stuff out without actually having to download and install,
Yeah.
or at least get an idea if you want to download. Welcome to Peppermint.
Looks like mate.
Yeah. I'm not connected to the internet. Oh, no connections. Gnome Web Store. Peppermint seems to have a theme going.
Yeah.
Bye, Peppermint. Now, see, I thought that Peppermint was like a really, really stripped down version, and they were trying to be like a Chrome OS kind of thing, only different.
Could be. You want to see something that has a huge number of variables you can play with, check out Fedora.
Okay. Where are you?
There.
Is oh jeez. Which one do we want?
I run Workstation and I haven't figured out what the heck Sway is.
Oh, there are currently more of us waiting for Fedora. That's fine. We can wait. Fedora is popular. Shui. Keyboard driven tiling Wayland composer. Okay. No. No. Where am I? There I am. Don't miss my cue. What? Does this website only get funded from people, or is a company funding it?
VNC is providing some support, and I'm pretty certain that this is back-ended into Red Hat.
Okay. Type live install and press enter to start the installer. Okay. Do we want to do that? I don't hear anything. How do I get rid of it? Go away. Go away. Go away. All right, I'm confused. How do I get rid of this? Go away, go away, go away.
It's all keyboard driven.
Oh, wonderful.
Alt F4.
Alt F4.
But that cancel. Yeah. That unfortunately gets captured before you get a chance to get to it. Can you right click on it?
No.
Yeah, that's one that to honestly play with it, you probably need a live install CD.
I'm trapped in Fedora. Okay. I don't know what I just did, but that was not what I wanted to do. I'm trapped in Fedora. Thank you for trapping me in Fedora, Steve.
You can still get out of it. The little menu on the
Yeah.
left side,
Oh, disconnect.
go to
Yep.
that and disconnect.
Yeah, I saw it. Well, it's actually a really cool. That's how to test stuff out.
Yeah, I'm playing with Fedora and a couple of different desktops. I'm playing with the Miracle right now.
Miracle is a desktop.
Miracle Window Manager.
Oh, okay.
I I had played around with this bow bowhie bow die um, a while ago. I kind of liked it, but it didn't seem like it was like the usership was good enough to actually answer questions or whatever. I may have I may have been playing with it when it very first started.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's one of the issues with Linux. There are way too many options.
Yeah. I thought it this I thought it was really pretty and everything, and there was it had done some funky stuff down in the taskbar, and I couldn't find an answer to it, so I kind of moved on. Oh, still kind of a pretty. Go away. Chromium. Oh, I don't want that. I don't want that. Oh, now I have nothing to do. And it's back. It's actually pretty cool. I like it.
I like the color scheme.
Yeah.
What is this?
Uh, just the standard
Body?
standard version of body bahai bodhi boho
Body.
body.
I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
Dragonfly. Dragonfly BSD. Haiku. Oh, would this be something like Mac OS? Sure kind of gives a Mac OS feel. I could go to sleep waiting for this one to boot up.
You press escape, you can probably see what it's doing. Or it's done doing.
It hasn't quite gotten there yet. Install, update, about us. Oh, look. No, they're not trying to be Mac OS.
Holy cow, that looks Mac.
No, they're not trying to be. Holy. If you want to fool your friends into thinking you have Mac, stuff even disappears out of the thingamabob.
We may give that a try on Marla's machine.
Oh, we got the little bouncy icons. They really went all out to make this look like a Mac, didn't they? Start browsing even though I'm not connected. Oh, they broke the illusion. I hear a drum corps down outside.
Not here.
No, not at near my house. It's probably in the park.
We certainly had a downpour here last night, but the rain has apparently gone away here.
Yeah.
It rained here about 4:30, just for a few minutes.
Boy, up here it rained for about 4 hours, really hard. Kind of noisy too, a lot of lightning and, well, a lot of thunder. Um,
I got a lot of lightning, but not a whole lot of thunder. So, kind of tells me that the bulk of the storm was somewhere else. We did get some rain, but it really wasn't anything. So, alright, we're going on 7 o'clock. So, we are virtual again next week.
okay.
So, hopefully, I'll fix some robots or something. Get some stuff done.
Okay.
Alright, so
Have a good week.
I will see everybody next week.
Good night.
Good night.
Night.